Welcome back. 39 minutes past the hour now. Elated. That's how 83-year-old Edith Windsor described herself when a New York federal appeals court struck down the Defense of Marriage Act. Windsor sued the government after she was denied tax benefits, specifically spousal deductions on federal estate taxes when her wife died. The court agreed, ruling in part that, quote, "We conclude that Section 3 of the Defense of Marriage Act violates equal protection and is therefore unconstitutional." Joining me now is Randy Kessler, chair of the Family Law section of the American Bar Association and a family law attorney. Good morning.
Morning. Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. All right, so you say that the fact that this case focuses on the Section 3 is unique. How so?
Well, it's unique because, most of the problems are Section 2 of DOMA, which says that one state doesn't have to recognize the gay marriage of another state. This says that federal governments and federal agencies don't have to give benefits to gay couples because it doesn't recognize gay marriage. So there are two prongs, and this is on Section 3, not Section 2. It's interesting.
So it is unique. All right. Well, the court also said this. I shared one quote already, but the court said also government deals with marriage as a civil status, with DOMA ruled unconstitutional in two states. What exactly then does that mean for gay couples?
Well, I think what that means is that the government is looking at it purely legally. You may personally or morally or ethically or philosophically be opposed to gay marriage or not opposed to it, or your church may believe in it or may not believe in it. Let the church say these people in our church can or cannot be married, but it's a government thing. If the state wants to say it's legal, that state has the right to say legally you can be married. It's separating church and state.
Right. So looking at what happened here, many people believe that this will be eventually taken up by the Supreme Court. Are you confident of that as well?
I think it's coming. There are a lot of political issues, and I'm not exactly sure exactly how the Supreme Court decides what cases to take, but we're getting there. Sooner or later, the Supreme Court is going to have to put a stop to all this litigation and say this is the law of the land. Or they could wait for Congress to do something, which doesn't seem like it's going to happen.
But if they do take it up, how much do you think the lower court's decision will matter?
Well, I think the lower court's decision is very well reasoned. It is saying that gay people have been treated as a represented minority and that there is higher scrutiny needed. And I think the Supreme Court does need to do something sooner or later because it's just going to keep coming up, and you're going to have different states having different rulings. And the point of the Supreme Court is to say, here's what the law should be, at least on federal issues, and full faith and credit. Do the states have to recognize other states' laws, which has always been a basic concept in our Constitution.
So is this the case, though, for the Supreme Court, do you think? Is this the one that they'll take?
I don't think so. I think this is because it focuses on Section 3. If there was a unique enough case that had parts of Section 2 and Section 3 overturned, that might be the appropriate case, but they may not want to wait forever.
And with the repeal of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, the military actually added additional same-sex benefits for troops.
Right.
But the Defense Department specifically says this, quote, "Eligibility for a number of other benefits is restricted by applicable statutes, including the Defense of Marriage Act, DOMA." So for our service members, is the Supreme Court ruling their only way to get full benefits, their only hope?
Well, there's that, or an act of Congress, and I think the Supreme Court's probably going to act faster than Congress. But until Congress acts or the Supreme Court overturns DOMA, and even then it's going to take some time because agency and procedures and administrative rules have to, recognize what DOMA, has done now that it's gone away. It's going to be a long time before the military catches up to this decision.
Can the military act on its own in other ways, or no?
It's subject to federal regulations. It's waiting for the United States Supreme Court or Congress to tell it what it has to do.
All right, I'm not going to hold you to it, but you think eventually DOMA's going to go away?
I think that's the pervading thought, yes.
Okay, I'm marking it down.
Okay.
All right, Randy, nice to see you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.